So we're just rolling into Dungeness on the south coast of Kent, and this place is classified as Britain's only desert by the Met Office, and that makes it the perfect place to bring the Cactus. Now I've got to admit, it doesn't feel particularly desert-like round here, being shingle rather than sand, but it does feel really weird. The landscape's bleak, it's flat, it's windswept, and it's ridiculously empty, eerily empty. Yeah, there are a few buildings dotted around, but they all look really, really isolated. And other than that, there's just a bunch of weird stuff. Stuff that's, in some cases, decrepit and decaying, but in other cases, really artistic and really quite beautiful. Despite its appearance, Dungeness isn't actually as barren as it looks. Believe it or not, this place is actually a nature reserve and a site of special scientific interest due to the vast variety of birds, plant life and insects that live here. And famously, Dungeness is also home to one of the UK's few nuclear power stations. There are 2 reactors currently in service, and keeping them cool requires around 100 million litres of seawater every single hour. Now obviously there is an enormous debate surrounding nuclear power. Some say it's the most polluting power source there is, while others say it's one of the cleanest. I'm sitting on the fence on that one, but it does raise an interesting point about the Cactus. Citroen has designed this thing to be as clean and as efficient as possible, primarily by keeping the weight down. In fact, the version we've got here is the cleanest version available, with official fuel economy of more than 83 miles per gallon and super low CO2 emissions of just 87 grams per kilometre. For a car this size, that is really impressive. And that's not the only impressive thing about the Cactus either. It's good to drive, it's nice inside, and it's really affordable to buy and to run. Granted, it's not perfect. It's a bit noisy, the rear windows only pop out rather than winding down, and the fact that it doesn't have a split folding rear seat severely hampers its versatility. However, the Cactus does have one thing that precious few cars have these days, and that is individuality. It really does look like nothing else on the road. In fact, that's what makes it even more appropriate that we've ended up here at Dungeness. This place is really, really weird, but it's really cool with it, and I think you can probably say the same for the C4 Cactus.